Amid concerns food prices may increase due to labor shortages and the pandemic, Remainer and former Tory MEP, Dr. Charles Tannock hit out at Britain's departure from the EU. While many across the UK face the prospect of a bleak winter, Dr. Tannock took the time to criticise the European research group's claim the UK will have cheaper food prices after leaving the EU. He said on Twitter, "Who still remembers the repeated promises of cheaper food post-Brexit?" However, some took to Twitter to hit back at Dr. Tannock's comments. Neville Cross said, "Food prices are also rising across Europe. This is due to logistic costs rising and energy inflation, not Brexit." But you know that and persist with the Brexit bashing. Another user named Pete also said, "Tesco ketchup less than half Heinz price, just as good." People will buy cheaper alternatives. According to Heinz boss, Miguel Patricio, the company is being forced to raise its prices in several countries, not just the UK. Kraft Heinz increased prices on more than half its products in the US. Asked on the issues relating to the UK, Mr. Patricio claimed a lack of lorry drivers was causing the main problems to trade. The dwindling number of lorry drivers has fallen as many taken early retirement due to the poor pay and conditions, returned to Europe during the pandemic and in part, due to Brexit. He said, "We are raising prices, where necessary, around the world." Specifically in the UK, with the lack of truck drivers. In the US, logistic costs also increased substantially, and there's a shortage of labor in certain areas of the economy. Mr. Patricio also warned food prices may rise due to the rising global population and therefore increasing demand. While many have looked to the UK as the epicenter for the supply chain crisis, 70 cargo ships were reported to be outside two of the biggest ports in the US last month. Due to the backlog, it is thought up to 40% of all cargo ships entering the US were not entering the country. Indeed, Andrew Neil commented on the backlog. Major problems with U.S. supply chains cause massive buildup of container ships off Los Angeles and Long Beach ports. Predictions of Christmas shortages in shops. Global supply chains are also facing major issues after a cyclone forced the closure of a Chinese port. The number of ships waiting to enter Yanshan Port in Shenzhen, one of the world's busiest ports, has jumped to the highest level since August. There are currently 67 vessels waiting outside the port, according to data compiled by Bloomberg.